Welcome everyone. We're starting in 5 minutes. Good evening, everyone. Just let me know in the chat box directly to me if you can hear me. I think that is the most important. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat box. And also just a shout out from where you, one. If you look in the chat box at the bottom at all panelists, the two, you can say all panelists and attendees so that everyone can also see your message. But otherwise, if you just send it, I'm going to see it. I'm going to know where you are from. So most important is, can you hear me? I can hear you, says Maluzi. Yes, awesome. I'm hoping you all are ready to learn this evening. Tonight, I'm going to give you a few tools and tips of what you can do. Beverly, thank you very much for saying that you can hear me as well. Now, I'm going to give a few thumbs. I see a few people are starting. We're hearing you loud and clear, Darren. Awesome, Darren. Thank you for that. I see someone is phoning. I just want to make sure that they have the link. Just hold on. Okay, good evening, everyone. I just assisted someone to join tonight, so thank you for waiting and thank you for joining tonight. Tonight is going to be exciting. You wondered how you got into this call tonight. Well, you've been invited, and hopefully you are ready to take it to the next level. Now, some of you probably have businesses, some of you are as a career. Yeah, but this way the sound is off. I can't hear you anymore. Yes, I just quickly had to just assist someone to join the meeting tonight. We have over 300 people that's going to join tonight, and it looks like slowly but surely everyone is joining. Everyone is making time to be on here tonight, so I'm looking forward to sharing some new skills. Now, in the chat box, if you can just tell me if you are in business, I'm in business, or if I'm not in business, you know, I have a career, you know, if you can just type that in for me so that I can just know who of you have businesses and that you are working on. And that would be awesome if I can know that. For me, it's important is you ask who Kobus, this meet tonight, Kobus Visser, and I'm going to share with you some strategies on how to 10x your business in the next few months. So what is this year going to be about? This year is going to be about how to crush it in 2020. Raise the standard and do whatever it takes. Now, I live by um, the words like this. For me, every year there's a word that is important for me. Now, this year in 2020, it is crush it. Crush it is very important for me because I want to make this the best year ever. I want to crush it. I want to crush any mountain or challenge in front of me. And I just want to make sure that what is your goal for today? Because I see some of you, I have a business consulting business. I see someone as a career. I see someone as an audiologist. And some of you are in different careers at the moment. I want to know, are you ready to crush it? Because we have had this mountain in front of us. Now, you might say, but Kubis, because of the government, because of the economy, because of COVID-19, I'm not going to be able to get through this year. But what if I tell you, you can get through this year. You can change things around because I'm going to share my story with you. I'm going to teach you how to do whatever it takes, because the moment you say whatever it takes is the moment that you can't have excuses. You can't blame anyone. You have to take responsibility for your actions, and you have to live without regret. Now, live without regret. Where did I get that? I went to visit my grandmother of 93 years old at the at the old age home, and as I was sitting there with her friends and talking, some of them asked, what is one thing in life that they regret? And they started talking. And I thought there's going to be one thing, and then it was, I regret that I didn't start that business. I regret that I didn't love more. I regret that I don't travel more. How most of you you work your life so hard to one day travel, and then you get old and you never travel because then other challenges comes on your path. And I realized that that one moment is that I don't want to live without regret. I don't want to. I want to take it to the next level. I want to step up my life. I want to live life to the fullest. I want to raise the standard. Now tonight is, I'm going to teach you how to generate leads. I'm going to teach you of how the future of business and marketing looks like so that you don't left behind, because the biggest thing for you to 10x your business is to learn what is the one tool that's going to make it happen for you. Now, I'm Kobus Visser. I'm a motivational speaker, business and marketing consultant, and I travel the world and inspire people and bring hope and bring results. For me, it's important because I've grown up in this thing that in my life certain things won't be possible. I'm going to tell you tonight where in a year I set myself a goal that I'm going to be in front of 6,000 people. Actually, that time I set the goal for 3,000 people. And guess what? Exactly a year later, I was in front of 6,000 people. And 6,000 people was a dream come true because I stepped up. I raised my standard. And tonight, I want you to raise your standard in your business as well. Now, my story, I'm 37 years old. And I'm quite still young in certain people's eyes. In certain people's eyes, I'm getting old, but I'm not old. I'm very young, and I have a full life ahead of me, and I've lived life. I've experienced things, and I'm going to share only things that I've experienced that I have applied. Now, one thing that I've applied is to learn new skills, like have to do a webinar. Now, if you have been on webinars, I see someone is, I have a manufacturing and marketing design business. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also just in career. Now, some of you are in marketing, so you are here at the right place tonight. But how many of you have been on webinars? Can I just say yes? Can I just see a yes in the chat box? Yes, yes, yes. That's the one thing. COVID made us change the way we do business. How many of you, had to suddenly change the way you have to think, change the way you had to approach, and suddenly we have to change the way because we are forced to it. Now, some of the people out there say that we are 10 years suddenly faster than what we would have been with remote working, because that would have been in the next 10 years, but suddenly it's happened now. Things are happening with us at the moment that faster than what we thought, because I've been in a career in my life that I've studied marketing. I've imported and exported the certificate. I've been one subject away from my MBA in marketing. I have a master business coaching. I've done multiple short courses. I've My passion is marketing. My passion is business. I've never ever worked for someone. Now, some of you say, "Yo, Kobus, you're lucky." No, I was from that position that I had to learn to work for myself. Never had the opportunity to work for someone because I had to learn new skills to make it a success. Now, we all have different areas of our life, and you might have a career, and your career might change in the next few months. How you're going to be in your career, or you want to start a business and you don't know where to start. Tonight, I'm going to show you some skills of how to start a business going forward. Now, one thing that I want to introduce you to tonight, my little boys is Tian and Bian. They are my reason I get up every day. They're my reason why I don't give up. They're the reason that I live my life to the fullest. That I am here tonight to share with you what I'm going to share with you. I have multiple experience in retail, warehousing, digital marketing, financing, trust, furniture, properties, dog biscuit factory, franchise, Zebros, even sold wood, been at flea market selling anything from coffee mugs to power balance. I actually still have my power balance on. Can you believe it? And I've had experience where I had to learn how to sell. And anything, if you're on business, the number one thing that you need is you need marketing. No matter what, if you want to grow your business and if you want to take it to the next level, you need to look at how you're going to market your business. So my goal tonight, the first one thing is to start thinking out of the box and not say to Kobus, I've done this plenty of times. This is Kobus, I've done it and it doesn't work. Well, here I am. I'm going to say you've probably done it the wrong way, because like Einstein says, you can't do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I want to assist businesses to change how they do marketing. I want you to think about becoming omnipresent. Start thinking about being everywhere. That is one thing about marketing, is to be seen everywhere, especially in today in the sea of chaos. How can you stand out as an individual, or how can you stand out as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, or how can you get your business to stand out in the sea of chaos of fake news to news in social media, people sharing? How can you stand out and be seen? I want to teach people. I want you as much as possible about marketing, and I just want to close something down to become the number one globally. So my goal for you today is to remind you to not stop marketing, to raise your marketing to the next level, to budget for marketing. Because if I had to ask, if you had to comment, how much do you spend a month on marketing? If you can just put it in the chat box, I will mention it to you. To be successful at marketing, to learn tricks of the trade, that's important. So if you can just quickly put for me in your chat box so that I can see how many of you are spending marketing. What if I told you what I spent on marketing on a monthly basis? If you can do that for me, and I'm going to see, and then I'm going to show you this video, because this is how a sea of chaos looks like, and this is how your business is and where your business is. I see Charlene says, I'm spending only $1,000 a month, and yeah, wow, $5,000. Okay, 2,000. Well, let me show you this video and just become aware, and just check the people in the, how many times they're going to throw a ball around. Okay, how many times the persons in the white shirt catches the ball. So let's look.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make? Go! The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
It's easy to miss something if you're not looking for it. Now, it's a great ad, by the way. And so if I say how many of you in the chat box saw the moonwalking bear? Let me quickly see, because, or did you count how many did you see? I would love to see how many of you got it right and how many of you didn't get it right. You can quickly give me in the chat box. I did not see it. Oh, someone said I did. You know, you probably know the exercise. Awesome. You know what to look for. Who else? I counted 10 passes. Okay, great stuff. So you were focusing on the bear. Okay. Who else is there? Okay, now I also counted passes, didn't see, did not see. Okay, so it looks like most of you didn't see. Now, imagine your business out there. You're marketing yourself, and the thing is, people don't see you. You're thinking, you're putting out this beautiful, I'm putting on a teddy bear suit, and I'm going to be seen. I'm going to walk out between my clients and customers out there, and I'm like, I have this amazing idea, and people need my product. And guess what? Then you start realizing, people don't need my product, because where's the business? Nobody's noticing me. Nobody is seeing me. Nobody doesn't finds me. Now, once you get there, you know you're lost, because the thing that stops your business is you're not being seen in the sea of chaos. You're like that teddy bear walking there. Now, the most important thing for those who are in business is to think about, how do you get seen out there? How do you get measured? How do you get promoted? And the one thing is, what is the content that you put out on not only social media, on any platform out there, from there's a content to sending out SMSs, WhatsApps, emails. Because the thing is, if I just use the example, some people just focus on giving out flyers, or I have a business card. You know, I've had plenty of clients that I work with, and then they're like, I need a business card, because, and I'm like, why? Because people ask me for my business card. But, you know, how many of you have gotten a business card and you just throw it away? You don't see it, but you don't do any other marketing. You don't put any other content out there. And I think that is the one thing that is important for you to realize is, we need to look at the content that we're putting out. Because I was looking at the business the other day, and as I looked at that business, the last time they posted something on Twitter was in 2018. What is the perception you have, if I have to ask you on this webinar tonight? If you go to and you want to do business with a company, and you go and you search for them on social media, and let's say you find them on Facebook, and you see they've posted in 2018 last time, what will be your first perception of that company? There's no content. There's maybe one or two quotes that have been posted, or sometimes it's just about the company that they're posting. Buy from me, do this, do that, you know, are we selling this product? What is the perception that you have of a company that constantly just want to sell you that? What is the experience online that you are giving your clients tonight? Think about it, you know. Someone just said, looking in the chat box, that the perception that you get from those companies that they are no longer trading, or they're not doing very well. It's amazing. Just by looking at their social media, that is the perception you're putting out as your company. And how many of you find there's big companies that does it? Or you find someone that does social media marketing, and then you go look at their Facebook page, and then there's hardly anything happening. And then you're thinking, oh, they have to market my business, and they don't even market their own business. So what is the experience you're going to take people through your business? Now, if you stay tuned until the end of tonight and you watch this webinar, I'm going to give you 2 free gifts. Now, I'm not going to introduce the free gifts to you now, but it's going to gifts that's just PDF forms that you're going to read, that's going to allow you on how you can create content out there for your business to grow in the next few months. So what makes different? I'm going to tell you, I've learned from the best. I only teach that works for me or my clients. So it's proven, and it's applied, and it's made a result. I can only teach the results. If I don't know the answer, I will always go learn it, apply it, and then teach it to the people that are my clients. I interview experts, what works for them. And this is me, Kobus Visser. Now, why I want to share with you quickly, and I hope that it's fine with all of you, is that I was born as a hemophiliac. Now, I can have all of the excuses in life of why I can't succeed and why I can't be in business and why I can't do this. I can have all of the excuses. You probably also have excuses. But in 2014, I ended up being in a wheelchair. I had to learn to get back to walking again. I could have that excuse. I had to lose everything in my life. I went into almost 7 million rand of debt. I lost the businesses that I had. I lost properties that I had. My wife at that time had to support us as a family. I couldn't walk. Yet I pushed through the pain on a daily basis. I can't do physical work. I have to use this that have been given to me, this between my ears. I have to use it, and I'm using it now to help other people. I'm constantly in pain. It takes me an hour a day just to get out of bed moving. So I have to motivate myself on a daily basis to get out and get up and going. So for me, daily life is a challenge. Now, for you, some of you think, oh, marketing is going to be painful. I have to put on all of this extra effort and energy. Well, I go before I get to my marketing, before I get to build my business on a daily basis, I have to go through pain. So 2014, I ended up being in a wheelchair. And I had to get in back in crutches. And every time I had to walk, because as a hemophiliac, I'm a bleeder, it means my blood doesn't clot easily and my joints disintegrate. Now, I had to find other ways of doing business. I had to find other ways of growing my business. And this was before COVID that challenged me to innovate my business and pivot my business. I had the opportunity on this path to set myself the biggest goal in my life. How many of you know of Kilimanjaro? They say it's the highest freestanding mountain in the world. And Kilimanjaro is also the highest mountain in Africa. Now, you've just seen pictures of me being in a wheelchair, not being able to walk. And I set myself a goal for 2018 to go climb the highest mountain of all, called Kilimanjaro. I put it out there. It was the biggest goal. It seemed impossible that I would not be able to achieve it. Think about your business. What is the goals that you have for business? They've interviewed some of the biggest billionaires in the world, and the number one question they asked them, what is the one thing that you regret in your life? And one of them answers, it's because I didn't think big enough. Now, I didn't think big enough, and then I started thinking big, and I said to myself, I can't walk, but I'm going to go climb a mountain called Kilimanjaro. And this is in the morning of the summit on this picture, and as you look at the sunrise, at that moment, I actually gave up. At that moment, I couldn't climb further. At that moment, I was stuck. I was in pain. I couldn't breathe. But one thing that changed everything for me, and it is that guy next to me. As he sat there, he said, Quivers, I'm going to go climb down this mountain with you. Don't worry. But I'm looking up, and just above me is the rim of the mountain. It's where Stella Point is. And then from there, as you go to Uhuru Point, but then you're on top of the mountain. And I said, yeah, I'm just here, and I have to go down. And I said, you go climb fast, go finish this mountain. He was willing to go down with me. And as he gave me a hug before he left, he looked at me and he said, Quivers, just remember why you came to climb this mountain. And my question to you out there is, remember why you are waking up on a daily basis. Remember why you started the business that you started. Remember why you are in the career that you are in. And when he said that to me, I fought for a few moments. I pushed through, and I got to the point of the mountain called Stella Point. Now, Stella Point is, you just know, if you just walk a little bit, it's like a ramp, it's no climbing of a mountain. But there behind me is Uhuru Point. Now, I did this on my crutches. This was about 11, 12 o'clock in the day that I pushed through. That's how long it took me from the night before, from 9 o'clock the night till about 11 o'clock the next morning for me to get on top of the mountain. And as I'm on top of this mountain, I looked and I said to myself, I have to make a choice. I came to climb this mountain, and I climbed this mountain. And is it for me to get this close to the highest part and go back? Or am I going to push and get myself to die? And so we always have this choice. Like tonight, you have a choice. Am I going to invest in my business to grow my business, or am I going to accept my reality and I'm going to change back? Because if I accepted my reality, I will still be in a wheelchair today. That's why I'm here tonight, is to challenge you to say, start thinking big, start thinking out of the box. so that you can go climb the highest mountain in front of you. Or let's conquer this mountain of COVID in front of us. Because the one thing that is my mentor told me is to say that, aim for the sun and you might just land among the stars. And that is important. Let us focus high. Let us aim big. No matter the pain, no matter the challenge. So just give you an idea, I assisted in our family business called FinView in Limpopo. When I joined, I took over the marketing and the growth of the business, and we grew it in 5 years from 6 to 27 stores in Limpopo. I started my own businesses from nothing, using only marketing and social media in front of what you see tonight, from zero, and making it successful businesses. Assisted businesses to grow by 10,000%. For those who want to know how do I 10x my business, well, I've assisted businesses to grow by 10,000%. I went from 7 million in debt to zero in 4 years. And I'm going to assist you with only the skills that I learned to make a business successful. And that's why I put it out there, because people ask me, Kobus, come on, 10,000%, it sounds unreal. Well, one company I assisted, we got a certificate to make sure that I achieved what I set out to achieve. So we can do the same for you as well. Now, I've assisted multiple businesses to have that growth. Now, how many of you are struggling in business? How many of your businesses are at the point that you're not sure what the future is going to lie? Well, I've done a lot of things right as well. One thing of that is I surrounded myself with a team. I have a partner, I have a big team that supports me, and I have a family and a tribe that we all are networking and we mastermind together. From guys like Leon Lategan, I learned from my dad, my biggest mentor. I learned from Hannes Dreyer. I learned from Robin Banks. I've learned from Brian Walls. I've learned from Conrad Laviskachne. I've learned from Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, etc., etc., etc. I want to ask you, who's your guru tonight? Who of you have a guru that you do listen to on a daily basis? Who's the guys that you follow in certain areas of your business? Because some of them here are for business, for property, for speaking, for events, for webinars, for like Grant Cardone is about selling. Tony Robbins is about life, mindset. The Robin Banks is about mind power. And so who are your mentors in your life that you follow, that you learn from? Now, tonight's talk, I'm going to start talking with the talk is, I want you to start thinking about marketing with the word omnipresence. Now, omnipresence, it's important. No matter who you are and what your business is, you need to listen to this word. You need to write it down, because this is going to assist you in your business going forward to take it big. So here's one thing. Someone once told me, Kobus, the only thing you have in life is your name. If you lose your name, it's gone. It's 10 times hard to get it back. But then I asked, but what if nobody knows your name? Is it still important, your name? And that's the thing. You say, oh, my business is amazing. Everyone, this is XYZ trading. You're going to love it. But if nobody knows your name, it doesn't mean anything. You can have the most beautiful name, the most beautiful shop, the most beautiful business, and the most amazing name. But if nobody knows your name, it means nothing. Nobody cares what your name is, because nobody knows your name. So it's important that you not need to look at how do you create a brand. Now, there's different brands. Now, tonight, the first lesson is you're going to have a company brand and you're going to have a personal brand. Now, most of you don't know what my company brand is, because I'm not promoting my company brand. Up till tonight, when you started listening, what have you been hearing a lot? You've been hearing about Kobus Visser, because I'm the person. I'm the face of the business. Who's the face of your business? Are you building not only a company brand, but are you building your personal brand? Even if you're in a career or as an individual and you're starting the business, are you also building your brand? Because I don't want to be in the limelight. I don't want to be seen. But if I have to ask you, who do people do business with? They do business with people. They don't do business with a name. Only after a while, think about the shops and the places that mainly that you go to. Like the restaurants, there's a franchise, I'm not going to call their name, that I like to go to, but only a certain place. Because why? Because of the manager there, because of the food, because of the quality, because they know my name, but because of the one business of the person that I know. I support him because I support the person, not the franchise. So it's important is we do business with people. And then at one point, it's going to come to that point where you've grown your name, but you've also grown your brand, where your brand of your business gets to another level where it can survive without your brand. Just think about McDonald's. Just think about Coca-Cola. Just think about KFC. So it's very important for you to think of, I need to build my personal brand. What are you putting out there? So I want to show you quickly the first radio TV ad that went on TV ad in history. Let's quickly look.
America runs on Bolivar time.
That is the first TV ad in history. Why is it important for me to show you? The thing is, we should think differently about marketing and the marketing channels to. You can't take a radio ad and just put it on TV and you're going to expect the same result. You can't take that same ad now, put it on all the social media channels and think it's going to react and it's going to get you a result. How many times have you seen people when social media starts and when they start marketing on social media, create this big flyers, because you used to give out flyers. Now what we do is we create flyers and we put it on social, but people don't have time to read all of it. We create like business cards type of ads and we put it on social media. The thing is, every channel on social media or online on different marketing channels works differently. And you need to think of, how can I adapt to each channel to get to the people that I want to reach out to and that I want to get to. Now, one thing that you need to understand, that what I'm going to share to you tonight, because I'm going to share a little bit about LinkedIn and about Facebook, is that instant gratification, be aware, because there is no quick result. There is no quick fix. Nothing is going to happen in the next, in a few seconds for you to get a result. It takes time. So also think about improvement. Now you see tonight's webinar, we started a new series of webinars, and this is now how we're going to grow. Is tonight perfect? Probably not. But the thing is, if I don't start, if you wait for perfection, it will never happen. So the one thing that I learned on Kilimanjaro is the power of one step at a time. One step at a time. Pole pole. Because a little bit of improvement over a period of time becomes big improvement. The next thing about tonight that I want you to be careful with is that knowledge is not power. I'm going to give you a lot of knowledge and you're going to say, wow, Kobus, where did you come from? But the thing is, if I give you this knowledge and you don't do anything without it, it means nothing. So it's time to think about applied knowledge as power. So start thinking, making notes tonight as we go along. What are the tools and skills that I'm going to give you tonight that you are going to start implementing and applying? So one of those tools is, how can you create the perception that you are number one in your field? You've heard many people say, oh, we're the number one company in the world, or the number one in South Africa, or I'm an expert. We are the experts in the field. We are superstars. I'm a coach. You've heard that a lot. I'm a leader. I'm an author, master. We are number one, guru. What makes you number one? Or what makes you the best? Or what makes you the masters at it, or the experts at it? Are you the best in the industry, really? How many of you do believe that your business is number one in South Africa? We all do. Or who's number one in customer service? We all do. But how do we portray that perception in the mind of our clients? And that's where it's important also to use social marketing to create that perception in people's minds that we are number one. And that comes back again to the content that we're putting out on a daily basis and on all the and it also comes back to sharing testimonials of our clients about our business, because if they say we are number one, who are we to doubt it? Who are we to question it? So it's important from a standpoint of view is, how can you position yourself as then a guru or the expert in the field in your business? Like me, I'm just the marketing strategist. Okay. I am the team building and fire walking guru. I believe I'm the number one motivational speaker in the world. But how Can I prove it? Through content. Where do we start? We start with the foundation. Think about planting seeds and growing plants. You have to start with the foundation. You can't just plant seed and expect you're going to get a harvest. So you prepare your foundation right, your brand, your marketing, the channels, where you're going to be, where's your clients on marketing, how you're going to reach your target market. So it's very important. So branding is where you brand yourself, where people see who you are and what you stand, and to create a perception out there about your business, and also creating an image of you as a person. Where marketing is where we communicate and we're getting out there to get in front of the customer. We push our message out there so that we can catch the clients that needs to buy from us. So it's important. You need to spend on both of those areas. Now, the tools that I'm going to teach today, well, definitely if you apply it, you're going to be successful in business. I promise you, because it becomes a seed. It's a seed that you plant on a daily basis. And if you plant that seed, certain seeds will take a month to give you a harvest. Others will take a day. Some seeds, like the Chinese bamboo, it's going to take 5 years for you to be able to reap the harvest. Now, to give you an idea, I have clients that I've seen 3 years ago that I've constantly built up a relationship, because that is one thing about a seed. You have to nurture it and you have to look after it. That have become one of my biggest clients. Clients that have come 5 years ago that saw me, 5 years later, they became my clients. Like Robin Banks is one of my clients that over 2 years before he started coming to me and say, Kobus, let's do business together. So it's important that you need to start planting seeds on a daily basis. How do you plant seeds? Well, some of you probably are here tonight because somebody phoned you and invited you to this call. So tonight, one of the messages is cold calling. Another one is through SMSing. The other one is through referrals, email, website, word of mouth, referral, LinkedIn, any people can come from. So here's my question to you. If you have to look at where your leads and customers come from, do you measure it? I can already tell you tonight how many of you are here because of the calls. Just on the calls alone, we have almost 300, I think 302 people that have registered just through the calls. Then we have people that registered through Facebook, and then we have people that registered because of email campaigns that we send out. So it's important, measure your results, and then we look at, this is how many people have registered, this is how many people are on the call, and then this is the many people that are going to follow up. But are you measuring the result? Do you have systems that whenever you do certain marketing, that you know where it's coming from, know your numbers? Now, if you are on the call tonight, I want you to just quickly, just in the chat box, tell me how many of you know your numbers. Just a yes or a no. I know where my marketing is doing. I know the results it's bringing. I know referrals. 10 people have referred us. Out of that 10 people, 2 we've quoted, and out of the 2, 1 person became a client. So do you know your numbers? Oh, no. You're another no. So again, a no. And Tiani, Charlene, everyone says a no. So people don't know their numbers. And then they say, but why am I not successful? It's because you don't know where your clients are coming from. You don't know your business, where people come from. I see someone says, oh, they know at least about 60% where the businesses come from. Awesome. Thank you for being that honest and sharing it. And I think most people don't know where their business comes from. And then the main thing, if you go ask someone, so tell me, where do your business come from? Oh, referrals. Really? Word of mouth and the referrals? No. Show me the proof. No, we don't have the proof. No, we just know because we know. I think we know. That's the normal answer when I ask businesses, where does your business come from? So it's important, where does your business come from? And you need to know the numbers. Okay, next. What platforms are you using? Now, there's different platforms that it's important that you need to use marketing and that you can use to your advantage. Now, the one is earned media. This is media where people start talking about you. This is where people start sharing your content. This is where people repost and share your flyers and share everything that you do in business. This is where the number one out of all of this is, for me, is customer reviews. Is customers giving you reviews on all of the different platforms? Now, platforms, what I mean is from Facebook to LinkedIn to Google My Business, to sending you a video that you can upload to YouTube. Is your customers giving you reviews? If no, then you are doing something wrong. If yes, amazing. I love it, because that is going to place you as number one in the business. Then PR and publicity. PR, this is where you do effort without paying people to be able to market you, because one customer review, that customer does a lot of people in connection that will know about your business just because they are sharing how powerful and amazing you are. The next one is advertising. Now, advertising is where you do it with payment. This is paid ads, targeting ads, content that you're paying, influencers that you get, social media ads, and sponsored tweets. Now, there is different ways of ads. There's ads where you can just boost a post and hope like a shotgun that you hit the target, or you create ads that are conversion, that are focusing, laser focus on getting the client and you getting the result that you're looking for. Then the next thing is owned media. This is probably that you own, that some of are with payment and some are without payment. Like social media channels are without payment, most of them, and they are free, but a website is paid and as a monthly fee or hosting fee to be able to have a website. But it's creating ebooks to give out, and it's content that you put out, and it's a webinar. This session that you are here on tonight is a webinar that you've invited to come and listen and see how you can learn a new skill and how to grow your business. Then there's offline marketing. How many of you have been on this call tonight because of telesales? And I still believe telesales are the number one area in business that a business needs to apply. Even you get people that are not happy when they are phone. It's the way you do it. And I believe there's amazing companies. And if you come on this journey with me, you will find out about the companies that does telesales in South Africa that are good at doing it and getting results. Then there's magazine inserts, there's events, there's print advertising. Are you using also all of the offline? But here's the thing that I need to ask and give you, and this is a tool that is not in here, a secret. I want you to write down the secret. With every marketing that you put out, what is your call to action? Because your call to action will allow you to measure the result. Where are you sending the people? When you give out a business card, how do you know that business card is going to be a success? Is there a call to action on the business card that you can measure the result of every business card that you give out? Because it's important, even with a flyer, even with online marketing, they need to, even just putting out the post on social media that you want to track, is there a call to action on there that you can track just for that one thing that you do? Can I see some yeses or nos? How many of you have a call to action in everything that you do and measure that call to action? That is the secret I want to give you, because you can go, look, most companies don't have a call to action. They don't send you. So the one place that's important is then you have to send them to your website. And when they get to your website, do you have some measure on your website that you will be able to generate leads on that? So someone says, yes, we do with stats. So it's important. Well done. Thank you, Mr. Whitley, that you are, because there are some people that do it, but there's some people, if you don't know your numbers, you will not be successful. So tonight, let's quickly see what tools and apps I can share with you. Now, one thing that I have to ask you, how many of you are on social media? And probably you're going to get 90% or 100% of you are going to say, yes, I'm on social media, definitely. Now, your first question is to ask Quibus is, which social media platform should my business be? Well, let's look. Do you know, business to business, just listen carefully, business to business, email is still the number one way of marketing. LinkedIn is number two. Now, this is only when you sell from a business to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Google My Business, actually, print, Instagram, or SlideShare. The next thing is social media platforms that gives them best business value is Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, I have to ask you, are you using these channels? Are you on YouTube? Are you posting videos? Are you on Twitter? It makes you think. Most people are not on Twitter. Let me show you this. Now, you post something on LinkedIn, you expect a result today, but here's the results. If you post and want to generate leads on Facebook, the chances of getting a daily result is bigger, because why? Daily 7 on Facebook, where if you look at LinkedIn, only 18% of them are. You need to know the different channels, because if you just want to promote yourself on LinkedIn, you need to understand this is a long-term process. That seed is going to take a little bit longer for it to bear a fruit. So it's important that you need to understand where you're marketing and want business. The next one is the most effective, and this was in 2018, so this has changed now, so I need to change it. But this was to give you an idea that the second biggest thing after social media, and this is where I want to get back, and it's even bigger now, it's content marketing. What content are you putting out there on a daily basis for your business? Again, 93%, I just want to say again, another study of email. Now, text messages have been changed with WhatsApp, so it's important that you can put out WhatsApps as well. But here's the interesting thing for those who don't know, is that Pinterest is the #2 social media platform in April to April 2020. How many of you knew that? Look at this. Facebook is the biggest, Pinterest second, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and then the rest. Oh, you all are surprised like me. Well, me too. So my idea for you to understand tonight and that you need to write down is you need to be on all social media channels. But you are 80% or 79% of the time you're on the social media channel that are going to get the results for your business. And the other channels, 20%. And the reason for that is you want to be omnipresent. Yes. So you need to be seen everywhere. And that's why I say you need to be everywhere on social media. You want to mind. You can go into any area in South Africa, in the rural areas, and you will find Vodacom and Coca-Cola sponsoring spaza shops with name boards. Why? Because it's marketing. They want to be seen everywhere. They want to, even if it's a clothing shop, they still put up a brand board for them. Why? Because they want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to be felt, they want to be everywhere. Now, which of the social media channels generate the most leads? How many of you are on LinkedIn? LinkedIn produces 59% of all leads on then Twitter is second and Facebook for business to business. I'm not talking from business to customer, for on business to business. Facebook social media platforms. Facebook, the amount of money that you spend and getting back a return of investment is better on Facebook than what it would be on LinkedIn. So it's important is where do you spend your money. But here's the secret, everyone. Consistency is the key to success. Now, example, this webinars, I'm actually running every second week that I'm doing a webinar like this. And the reason for that is that consistency. To be able to give value, to be able to give something new to my clients. And every time that I do this webinar, there's always something new. Why? Because I want people to come back. I don't want you to come back and like most of these webinars. I don't know how many of you have been on. Then especially these summits they're having. Then there's one speaker going to talk about, let's say, Facebook. Go on, it's like me, live story, then Facebook, and guess what? You learn a lot. Wow, you go back and apply. Next time, guess what? It's the same thing again. And guess what? The next one, same thing again. I want to learn more. I want to apply more. So I give back every time that I do this. There's always something new that I give. The reason for that is I want people to come back. I want people to come and learn. Now, that is where the next thing is. Consistency is key. You have to look after the seeds for it to give you a harvest. If you stop giving it water, what is the chances of it giving you a result? Almost zero. So you need to look at your content, your marketing on a daily basis, look after it. What's the message you put out? What is the results it's giving? What do we need to change for you to be able to get a result? Now, one of my mentors that I like to and make a note, I follow him because the way he sees marketing and social media is the way as well. And Gary Vaynerchuk is an amazing mentor of mine that I follow. I've read all of his books and I listened all to his audios and videos on a daily basis. He talks about content marketing as the number one way to go for the future because content marketing promotes you. Content marketing promotes your business. Content marketing is where you attract people that will also promote you, that will convert people, that will ask or in the end of the day buy your product. But if there's no content out there and you're not omnipresent, people can't get to you like that walking bear that nobody noticed because they were just looking at everyone else. That's why you need to put all that content so that you can stand out. Now you ask me, Chris, how many content do I need to put out? Well, let's see what we need to put out, and we're going to see now. So what is the benefits of content? It creates traffic to your website because it helps you to have client engagement because the more they engage, the more they love you. It helps you to generate leads. It helps you to create media visibility. It helps you to get a competitive advantage, and it helps you to build your brand. Now, like I told you, if you stay till this end, you're going to receive the following gifts. How many of you would love a gift? How many of you would love to know how does content marketing work and how can I do content marketing? How much content marketing I should put out? Okay, so I see there's a few of you that would love it. Awesome. So let me share with you the amount of people, what you can. Yes, please. Oh, another yes, please. Okay. How to make 64 pieces of content in a day. Wow. So you're going to get this PDF of almost 300 pages of how to make 64 pieces of content in a day. Just because you are yes, oh, another me, another me. You all want that. It's so lucky to come to this way. And it's just because the next one that you're going to get is the Gary V content model. This is, again, just from like this talk that I'm doing tonight, how can you create 30 plus pieces of content from a single keynote? I don't want to know more about content marketing. Uh, I do want to know more. Okay, thank you. Yes, I almost read that wrong. I do want to know more about content. Yes, content marketing is the way to go for the future. How do I make, so if you're planning to be relevant in business over the long term, because I believe we are in for business for the long term, you need to consider putting out 100 plus pieces of content. I would say on a daily basis. How do you get to a daily basis? Well, you start posting today. I do want to know more. Yes. Another one. I do want to know more. So let's say you start today. Now there's tools out there that you can do this. You post something today. For the next 12 months, you schedule that same post go out every month for the next 12 months. And then you start building it. By month 12, you have 12 pieces of content for that day. And we say, but people, how can I share the same thing and people is going to notice it? I say, but this guy or this company keeps sharing the same stuff. In the sea of chaos, here's the thing. What you posted last month, I didn't see. I might just see it now because someone is close to me who has been sharing it. And it also drives traffic to you into your website and to your business. So people are not going to see it because there's millions and millions of content being posted on a daily basis. So it's important that you build up this momentum so that you can start posting a lot on social media. And then it's time to harvest, time for you to get the results. So the internet is now 50 years old, and there's over 8 billion people around the world, 5 billion on mobile, and about 3.4 billion on social media. Now that number, just over this COVID period, has jumped dramatically because people wanted to be on social media because they were stuck at home. So your business is on social media. Now I've done a lot of things wrong. I'm not the perfect person, but I can only teach you what I've done. I'm still one subject away from my MBA. I haven't finished my MBA yet. I tried to do it on my own, and I didn't want to learn from other people. How many of you are like that? You're like, I can do it myself. I always left marketing for the last. There's some of you that says, I'm just spending $1,000 on marketing a month. $1,000, but you're willing to go eat out on Friday night with a family and you spend $1,000, or you're willing to buy something else for $5,000 or $10,000. And when it comes to marketing, you are skimping on marketing. And the reason companies skimp is because we don't measure it. We don't see the results. It feels like we're putting money down the drain. Always had a reason not to spend money on marketing. You probably are sitting here tonight, Kobus, I'm not going to spend money on marketing. I'm going to go on holiday rather. Oh, I think we all need a holiday. Not applying what I've learned. I've done all of this. I had to learn from it so that you don't have to learn it. After doing this for 20 years, what I've discovered is that marketing is the one thing that is necessary for all businesses. This is the first thing businesses do neglect in a business, is their marketing. And then they say, oh, business is bad and I'm not getting results and I don't know what to do. Is because you're not spending time and money on marketing. After doing 20 years, I've discovered if you get it right, that the right marketing is the most powerful activity in any business. There's a reason you are here tonight, because certain marketing channels did work for you to be here tonight. And then some of you didn't show up. And that's the other thing. 80% of success is showing up and learning. After doing this for 20 years, I discovered that everyone in the business, from the PA to your receptionist, to your admin, to your coffee lady, needs to do marketing for your business. They are resources in your business. They are tools that you need to use. They need to market your business. Imagine you had 20 employees marketing your business. I discovered this the hard way. And I'm teaching you the cheat way of getting it easy. Because my dad always told me, learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to redo the mistakes over and expecting a different result. It's time to change it. I've learned the hard way is that people like to ask their niece or cousin to do their marketing and then think, oh, it doesn't work, so it's not worth it. The hard way, people don't want to spend or have a budget for marketing. Another one, they're not staying with the times. Marketing is constantly changing. What has worked yesterday is not necessarily going to work today. I'm going to give you a tool tonight that is, I believe, if you start doing it for business to business, you're going to hit it out of the park. And I'm going to share with you almost. You want the easy way out? There is no easy way. Or is there? Let's see. In the past 20 years, I've seen almost 100 businesses to grow and achieve results. And that didn't. Remember what I'm going to teach you tonight, the results are not difficult. If you're not going to put in the work, you will not get the results. The results also differ from industry to industry. So let's look at actually accelerating your business growth. One is success. Let's lead by example. Let's motivate. Let's have a coach. Let's work on team. Let's start having a vision of what we want to achieve. The first secret we need to look at is LinkedIn. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Say I. Say I. Yes, I see a few of you on LinkedIn. No. Okay, a few of you are not on LinkedIn, are not using LinkedIn. Okay. Interesting that some of you have LinkedIn, but you're not using it. Interesting. So LinkedIn is a very powerful tool for business to business. So let me show a few. One thing that about business in LinkedIn is the paid version. Now, I'm just touching on this so that you understand what the paid version can do. Now, the one thing about paid version is you will see people on LinkedIn. There's golden bar next to their name. This means they are paying to be on LinkedIn. Now, the best of this is if you are getting hired or you want to get ahead, you need to get the career. If you are a career and you want to use it, if you're in business, you want to find a contact, the right people, promote or grow your business, learn new skills, then you get the business. If you want a business and you want to get the best people for your business, then you will have this one. But here's the best that you need to use. Sales, and they call it Sales Navigator. Now, your first month is for free. And if you follow me, and I have this 30-day challenge, I assist you to get results in 30 days by using LinkedIn. And by using LinkedIn, you get sales, find the leads that counts for your market, and then you pay it for itself because the Sales Navigator costs R1,000 per month. And and think about your business. How many sales do you need to make profit to be able to pay this? And you have 30 days to make it happen. If you can't even sell your own business in 30 days, then you are not supposed to be in business. Then you are doing something wrong. So here's an example. LinkedIn is not a instead, except if you are looking for a job, that to be your CV. It needs to become your business platform where it becomes your small website just on social media. Now, here's an example of one of my LinkedIn pages is that I address it where I talk about myself and what I do and how I can help people. And here's the thing. I constantly measure the results that I get. So this is how I used to have it. Then I changed it and I brought in different background picture because I'm peak performance. I'm out of the box thinking. That's with the Cybertruck from Tesla, from Elon Musk, so that people have that perception Kubis is something different and more or less the same still messages. But here comes the next thing. Before I get to that, one thing that you need to note is featured. This is where you can have your profile, testimonials, links to videos. So important, it becomes like a small website. Now, the most important thing is you need to use this as a business. Now, you will see me in my Superman outfit because I brand myself as a Superman of Africa. And I make the impossible possible. If you think something is impossible, I will help you to make it possible. There's nothing that can stop you. I went from being in a wheelchair to climbing a mountain. I help people to walk over fire of 500 to 600 degrees Celsius. You know, if you believe fire burns, I can show you can walk over it without getting burned. So there's no excuses. So one thing that is important in your business, you will see that this profile of mine has the golden LinkedIn next to me, so people notice, okay, Quibus is paying for it. The one thing of it is that most people use underneath their name to say that I'm a director of so-and-so company or I'm the CEO. You're wasting marketing space. Your marketing space is that image above that you need to use, your profile picture about you, and then your what they call your pickup line. Like mine is the moment mine is Quibus Visser. I help businesses to grow up to 10,000% in 12 months through business and marketing. Now I want to read further because how does he do it? 10,000% sounds so unreal. On my featured part, I say there's my certificate of how I help businesses to grow by 10,000%. Now, in your LinkedIn, your about section is where you address the business to get business. So when I get to, I want to read an about, you need to ask questions that's going to stop me to read further. Now, is your business not growing? Yes, it's not growing. Are you stuck and don't know how to change your business model? Yes. Nothing is working. COVID is changing. Is your staff not motivated? Nope. My staff is very demotivated and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Do you want a strategy to get in front of your ideal clients without having to pay too much and not get not get results? Yes. Are you looking to turn your business and team into a winning team that grows the business in the next 30 days? Yes, you're talking my language. Now you can go read further. Now it's such a way so that the person that's reading it, that I'm already selling to him, so that they can get something and they can, and there's a call to action where they can email me to a certain email address where I know it comes from my LinkedIn profile. And when they email me, I set up them and then I take them through the sales process. The next one is branding for you in LinkedIn is something called LinkedIn pages. Now, it's like Facebook that has Facebook pages that you can create a LinkedIn page. Now, most of you don't know, but you can create a company LinkedIn page or you can create a personal brand profile. Now, for me, I'm a brand, so I'm creating my name. But because I have my profile that is already my brand, you can create a company page that you can sell yourself. Now, one thing that's important, LinkedIn is where Facebook was 10 years ago. Organically. Now, if you post something on Facebook page today, the chances of it being seen is almost 0%. You have to boost it, you have to share it, be able to create engagement for people to see it. But with LinkedIn, it is so much higher. The opportunity for you to read impressions, I just posted something and I already got 1,000 impressions. And now this was a few months ago. Without boosting, without paying for it. So you get the chances of being seen so much easier than what it would be on Facebook. The next thing that is important on your LinkedIn is you need to get recommendations. This is where you find your clients that are on LinkedIn and you make sure that apart from endorsing your skills is to give you recommendations. This is where they tell people that you are number one, that you are the best, that your company has changed their business around, or that your products are the best in the market. So here is one place where you create recommendations in your business. And this is recommendations like you see, you take a screenshot and you use that in your marketing material. The next strategy on LinkedIn, for those who are on business to business marketing, search things that matter to your world. Now, LinkedIn has a strategy where you can go link and you go search and you find everything that is important on LinkedIn for you or for your business. You read their post, okay? Is you leave the most relevant comment. So you want to connect with the CEO of Coca-Cola. You go and find what you love and what they are posting on LinkedIn. You go, you read what they are doing and saying, and then you leave a comment to make them have a call to action to connect with you, to meet up with you, to get a meeting with you, or to start a conversation. Now, I've just gotten my biggest client through LinkedIn through a 3-month process where I constantly interacting. We got into a Zoom call, we built a relationship, and now they're my client. So it's important that LinkedIn does work, but it's not going to work overnight. It does take time. So just make an example. If you now use your whole team on LinkedIn, now, how many of you would love extra money a month, extra results? Now, one is, let's make an assumption. Let's say you have 1 hour a day that you can spend on LinkedIn. Okay. So take 30 days. Use social media to only generate 100 possible leads. Okay. So let's say 3,000, that's 100 people a day that you connect with on social media times 50 equals 3,000 possible leads. Let's say 10% accept that they want to know better more You send them a connection request with your note, a message, and that's part of what I teach. Is that only, let's say, only 10% of them accept your message. That 100 possible leads because they're interested. They said, yes, we can connect. Now, let's say your closing ratio, because that's why it's important to know your number. So 300 times 10% is how much? It's 50. Now, let's say your average sale in your company is 5,000 Rand, and this is just an assumption that we are making. Let's say 5,000 times 50. That is 150,000 Rand. And LinkedIn only costs you 1,000 Rand a month. So it's important that you understand it, but here comes the power of compounding. If you have a team of do thing, you can generate the 600,000 Rand turnover if you sell a product of 5,000 Rand. This is how powerful it is, and that's why it's so important. What I say is that everyone in your company needs to do marketing. I have this one client, even their coffee lady has a LinkedIn profile that sells the company. She says she's the #1 coffee lady in the IT industry. Imagine that. And then all of her peers gave her a recommendation to say how amazing her coffee is. Imagine she contacts another CEO. Look at this. I want to know more about what this company is doing and doing differently. So your whole company needs to market yourself business. And here's again what I wanted to quickly show to you why you need to invest and look at getting a sales navigator for LinkedIn, because it allows you to get to the people that matters. Get you to in front of the directors, in front of the people and the businesses that you want to connect with. I'll give you an example. You're searching for a marketing director at marketing sales. You see how many people there are. You can drill down the relationship, the company. You can even look at, I want to just see everyone that works for Coca-Cola, and you will find everyone that works for Coca-Cola. You can look at the industry size, the company size. You only want to meet up with the CFO or the CEO or the Chief Executive Officer. It's the same as the CEO, by the way. You want to meet up with HR, procurement, business development. Sales Navigator allows you to drill down, to connect those people, and you use this as a CRM system to connect with them. So what I do with my team is I create templates that they can use on LinkedIn. So one thing is that they follow a process. They first view their profile to make sure that that guy gets a notification that I viewed it. Then a day later, they will send a connection plus a note, because your note allows you to have 300 characters about what I'm doing, or a second one. As you can see, there's always links that will be tracked where I want people to go. Once they accept it, you can send a message of 2,000, and you can constantly send them. And so I start reaching out to them and building relationship. So everyone, that is LinkedIn. So Lynn, you're asking, we're going to finish up at 8:30. So we have 23 minutes to go. So thank you for asking that question. Almost Facebook. Facebook is important. One is you have your profile. Your profile, I'm not on Facebook to tell you my life and what I eat every night. I'm building my brand on Facebook, and I don't go scroll what other people do. So use Facebook because you get more interactions on your profile than what you would on your page. But also you need a page. And the reason for having a page is you need to use the business side of Facebook so that you can advertise your business to get the results. Now, here's the one thing that is important that I talked to you about that's going to help you grow your business. The one thing that is important is the recommendations. You can see here 182 people gave this business. Now, she did a competition on her Facebook where she said to people, just target and like. She got over 1,000 shares, over 1,000 comments, just by one post and having people to engage. And that's so important to have people recommend you on social media, because they do it, it becomes free marketing. Because it tells social media and the algorithms that are out there that the info that you are putting out, the content, is important for people to watch and to listen. Then there's Facebook groups that I can go into where you can market your business. But here's the most important thing for why you need a business Facebook page, is so that you can create an ad account in the business side of Facebook. It's called business.facebook. And when the account, you can start tracking people And you use ads. When you open YouTube, you see an ad, and then you go to Facebook, you see the same ad, and then you go to Google and you see the same ad. It's because they are tracking you and they're following you around the web so that they can keep on giving you the same advertisement. Now, what it does is it allows you to target your target market. So where you live, what you work you do, what you like, and other information. Now, it's important because the moment you know your target market, you can place ads on Facebook to target your exact target market. In example, look at the left. If I sell vegan protein bars, and let's say I run a Facebook ad targeting women aged 18 to 32 and living in Durban, do you think I will get a result on vegan bars? Or what if I run a Facebook ad targeting wealthy women aged 18 to 32 living in Durban who feel strongly about the cruelty to animals and who love going to gym looking good? Which one will give me better results? So there's a site. The site is on here, WordStream. You just go search Facebook ad targeting options infographic. And the reason for why I'm putting it here is where you can see what Facebook what information it gathers about you. And so start go looking at what Facebook do get for you. So I'm going to put it in the box for you. If you, how many of you would love to get that? So let me quickly put that link for you in the because you all showed up tonight and are willing. So you can go and see what Facebook tracks about you. And the reason for that is Facebook is about data. And the more data Facebook does, the better the advertisement comes and you can target your ideal client. But also, how many of you have a database? How many of you have a database? Do you know you can upload your email database to Facebook? Facebook will go find them. Now, if you have cell phone numbers as well, email numbers get you up to 70%, 60 to 70%, cell phone numbers up to 80%, and Facebook will find them for you on Facebook. So when you want to run an ad just to your clients and people that have been your customers, you can run an ad that will just land in front of them. But here's a nice thing. You tell Facebook, I want people that look like my customers. And so suddenly, what's the chances when you run an ad in front of them? So Lee, Poppy doesn't allow, it's not a problem here because when you drag in these email addresses, Facebook doesn't show you the images. It just creates on a databases an ad, say you say current clients. So it will create you a place where you can run an ad towards them. So you can upload this. There's nothing about Poppy that says about that you can't do this. So you can because you're working through Facebook and Facebook allows it. And you can target people that looks like your customers. And so suddenly you get the results that you are looking for. The next step is lead generation. For those people that still boost their post on Facebook, you're not going to get results. Only thing that you get is likes. What if you can run an ad where you just pay for every cell phone number or email address that you get, or you pay for people for every payment they make on your website? So suddenly, like one client of ours, that run an ad where he spent, and for every sale that he got, the sales was 800 Rand product. So he paid about $50 for every sale. Now, imagine that. If you know how much you need to pay to get a sale, if you want R1,000,000, how much would you need to spend on marketing to be able to get it? Because you already know, for every 50 Rand I spent, I get an 800 Rand sale. So that is important. So Lean, how can you prevent from receiving this ad? So one thing that you don't know is that on Facebook, if you go to your personal profile, you can go put off a place for not seeing that. But the best thing to do, because it not always works, is you go on Chrome. Now Chrome has they call it dark Chrome. If you come next time, I'll search it. But you can put off, I know Mac has it on their Safari, you can say to the internet browsers not to track me. It's those cookies things that track you all over and they know what you're doing. You need to start surfing and clear your cookies and clear your everything so that you are not being tracked on social media. So that is important. There is ways of doing it that you can do it so that you're not being tracked, so these ads are not showing everywhere in front of you. And browsers that you need to go into the settings to disable certain things, then you can be able to do it. But here's the thing, then you are not going to get the things that you are doing. Now, there's a program now on Netflix called The Social Dilemma. You will go see what you search on Google and what I search is to gives two different results, because they track you to give you the most amazing, according to them, the most amazing experience and journey, so that you don't, how can I say, so that you have a great experience, so that you keep coming back. And that's why they all do this. It's sad, but it's true. Okay, next one. If you want to go see how your customers' ads look like, go to Ad Library Facebook. This is where I get ideas for my ads, because I go see what my competitors, how their ads look like, so I don't have to put and spend the money to redeveloping ads. Ads is like Celine, what you asked, what the links do. If you want to convert, you create an ad, you send them to your website, the pixel shows you, and when they get to the thank you page, that's only when Facebook or Google or so forth will charge you the money. So you can create what they call a conversion ad or a sales ad. And when you run the ads, you can say, the moment people land on this thank you page, this is the only time that you have to charge me. But the amount they charge you depends on how difficult it is for that ad to convert to a sale. The more difficult that process is, the more you're going to pay for that conversion. But if your ad copy is correct, right, you're going to pay next to nothing for a conversion. I'm not going to go into things. I just want to quickly give you a last few tools, and then I'm ending off this webinar. Now, Twitter is the same thing. For those who don't know, Twitter is something called a Twitter tag. Now, Twitter is a profile. Here's the thing. You want to get, you don't to be on Twitter just to share your content. You want to be at the back end. Now, Saline, before Facebook knows about you, they even know how much money you earn because they track you. Because of these algorithms, because of your lifestyle and process, and your bank account, because you have to log on through it on Chrome, through the algorithms, they know what your income is. They know what your employment is, your ethnicity, if you have a new car or an old car. It blows your mind to understand that social media. Now, for me, it's not to scare you and to be off social media. For me, it's that if you know your target, that you can target your market directly. What education? If you only want to target people with degrees, you can put it in there, and the ad will only be in front of people with a degree or a certain amount of income, or how big the size is. If they only drink, if they are coffee, look at this. If they are coffee drinkers or water drinkers, there's 2.2 people that drinks diet carbonated drinks, or 1.2 million that drinks energy drinks. You cannot target your market, and that's just why it's so important that you know your target. Yeah, I see, Celine, you say, please do another webinar? Yes, definitely. You will see at the end what I'm talking about. Pinterest. Pinterest is another way of you to promote yourself. But here's the big thing. It also has something called a Pinterest tag that you install. Now, I'm not going into deep tonight about it, but I just want to show you. It will track your conversions. You will pay for a conversion on Pinterest by running an ad. Are your customers on Pinterest? Next thing, do you have a podcast? And you say, Kubis, it's difficult to have a podcast. No, it is not. There's an app called Anchor.fm. If you go to Anchor.fm, you can upload your podcast. And so how do I do it? Well, this webinar will become a podcast. My customer testimonials will become a podcast. My radio interviews will become a podcast. Or I will interview my customers and I will make a story and I will connect with it. So you can create a podcast, and this podcast will be on iTunes, Spotify, all over. And this is for free, by the way. Here's mine, Zero to Hero by Kobus Visser, on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, all of those platforms. Next one, are you blogging? I don't blog. I have someone blogging for me. So one is CK Spoog on Blogger, and the other one is on Medium. Medium is a social media platform for bloggers. You know, you get followers, you get likes, you get comments. So you can also use that. Now you say to me, Kobus, I can't write. So let me quickly give you another tool as we're coming to almost an end. Is you can blog through an app called Missing Letter, social campaigns, analytics, engagement tools. You can grow your blog so that you can get more traction. But if you can't write, and for those who have kids that are doing assignments, here's a tool that I'm going to show with you. Dr. Assignment Writer can write high quality reports, research paper, essays, articles for you using the web. You just put in keyword and it will go right for you an article. You can copy in an article and you put it in here and you say modified in such a way that I can post it as my own article. So articles that you see sometimes might not have been written by the same person. And you can say here, it mustn't be copyrighted. And if you say it must be copyrighted and it must add a bibliography, it will add the bibliography with where all of the info is coming from. So you can write big articles. You can, here's another one, article, create unique textual content in a flash. You don't have to be someone smart. Because where am I going to get content? Well, yeah, you're going to get content. You're going to share an article. You're going to create an article in a few minutes. Another one, content underneath 60 seconds, article forge. If you can't write, there's not an excuse. Like I told you, anything is possible. The next one is important that you need to know is, we've talked about it, is you have to track everything. Now, I'm not going to go, even LinkedIn has something called LinkedIn Tag that allows you to run the same similar ads. Now, just want to show you, this lady just started her business on Facebook, nowhere else. She didn't even have a website. She created the plan. She started creating other platforms. She was consistent, and through her Facebook, she's grown #1 in her platform. She's just reached 8,000 people. The best interaction is for free and engagement if you answer people's comments and if you respond and people like. You say thank you for liking. Istvan started a consulting firm and he's all the way from Hungary. He started with LinkedIn. We changed his profile so that he can sell himself. We did the 100-day challenge. He was overwhelmed. He just signed an offer to even come to South Africa that he signed up a client. He's achieving almost 20,000 euro a month just through consulting. Now, just by using his LinkedIn profile. Doesn't have a website, doesn't have anything else, just using his LinkedIn. And you can see he also has the golden LinkedIn bar next to him. Now, IP Dimensions is one of my other clients. They're running email campaigns, because they're in IT, they're the biggest clients they get through email. They interview their clients and they have a podcast. You can even go find it. An honest IT guy. So they use all of these platforms and they are hugely successful. They are just landing biggest deal. I can't say the number, but it's a few million rand just because of their marketing and branding that they've put out. Last year, and now it's getting results. Like I said, every industry is different. They started in the beginning, it started slow, but now we're starting. Okay, branding, marketing, and all of their staff does marketing. We're running a power hour a day where we call in and everyone just focus on marketing, even the coffee lady. Okay, so the past hour, would you agree this is time well spent? And I hope you all learned a lot. Please put it in the box for me if you've learned something. Can't cover everything you need in our webinar. If we had all day, I will teach you so much more. I know we went over a little bit. Specials offers so you can get everything you need to know. Oh, I say learned a lot, love it. I'm learning. Thank you very much. Brilliant, time well spent. Most definitely. And if you act fast, I'm going to quickly give you a special deal tonight. I want to invite you that this has worked for people that doesn't have skills or previous experience. It's down and out, don't know where to start. You don't know, this is too much, Quivers. I don't know what to do. Very informative. Thank you, everyone that is commenting. Successful businesses that were open to ideas to grow. This is working for those type of people. Now, some people have given me testimonials where the person said, Quivers, at the bottom, he says, I did his social media course last week and Quivers, and I learned more from him in one day that I learned from other courses that I've ever attended in the last few months. Emmanuel says, Quivers versus in doubt, our advice and knowledge are truly enlightening. Because of you, I no longer consider myself social media. Hilton Johnson, in the last year, our business has grown by 70% year on year. And they've been clients of me and mine for 3 years now. And every year we're growing and growing. Next one, Piers. Quivers is the distinct pleasure of receiving some life and career coaching. I've helped him the last year to go on. He's now busy with his doctorate and he's part of one of the biggest companies and growing companies in South Africa. Who of you would love a place? Now, I want a yes or a no. Where you can learn the following and where you can I can take your hand and help you all the way. A place where you can learn all of the social media channels, how to operate Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, Business, WhatsApp, Google My Business, podcasts, YouTube, blogs, how to create a plan on creating content on all of these platforms. Business strategies on how to learn pricing psychology. There's a way to price your products and the right way to generate more business. Product, finances, structures, trust, brainstorming. I can go in more personal growth, where you can learn goal setting. You can learn how to life coach, learn basic NLP certification, how to generate a vision and a mission. Teams, how to create a company team and a company team to get results. Or personally, you can create a team around you that will make you successful. Mind power, meditation, how to create a business from zero. You have nothing. I want to start now. I want to create the perfect job. I'm in career. I don't want to start a business. I want to go and find the job that I want. I will show you strategies how to do that and how to start creating. This is one thing I've added, how to take your business online or how to create an online business. Now, what you're going to get is, now I launched this on the 15th of June. Now you're getting the Facebook group, you're getting a Telegram group where we're going to interact and where we will meet and network and where our mastermind is. You will have lifetime access to this course. You will get all of those business strategies, marketing and online, offline strategies, team strategies, personal growth, all of this, job strategies. If you had to get all of this in one program, now just to give you an idea, there's people that are selling a Facebook course for 10,000. There's people that sells a LinkedIn course for 10,000. How much would you be worth if you can put that in the box for me? How much would you pay? I think this course would be worth if you had to pay for it today. So as you are writing it down, if all of that was to teach you new skills and how easy it can be, will it be worth it? If this can give you a new strategy out of the box, will it be worth it? If I can get you to take action and implement it, will it be worth it? And now I see someone says 150,000, 100,000, 10,000, 15,000. Okay, so you're probably not right. What if I can say I can charge this to you tonight for 20,000 then? Because I believe it's worth it and the information and content that I'm going to give you. Now, cost is 20 and I can sell it to you tonight. Now, Quibus, I want you to know that you are special. You showed up tonight. You listened to this webinar. You are ready to take action. 80% of the time of success is by showing up. The next percent is about taking action. Now, if you stay tonight, I'm going to give you some called my books. I've co-written to you. That is a volume 1 and a volume 2 for if you take action. What if I told you, if you take action tonight, I will give it to you for $4,997 for today. This is part of being my launch special for those who want to take action. Now you say, Quibus, what if you do nothing and you not take this leap of faith, which is 100%? Because what if you have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. A small investment compared to the value you will get in return. I will only share with you what I've learned and what has worked with my clients, and I will take your hand and I will help you to be successful. The real question is, will this pay for itself? What do you have to? I will be there all the way, sharing with you all that I know to be successful, step by step. Other opportunities I've told you already can cost up to 10,000 Rand just on one platform if you want to learn LinkedIn. With this, you get everything to make you successful. And this is only with my launch because I'm going to split all of those models up as I grow and as we grow forward, because as we grow, we create everything and we take people through their journey. But at one point from next year, I'm going to sell all of those modules by itself for the amount that you see tonight. So just know that you are here specially tonight to get it. Now, if you want to sign up, the link is at the bottom. It's called the EuroX Fast Funnels, eurox.fastfunnels.com. We put that in the chat box for you for those who want to take action tonight. I want to make sure that you all the link box. If I don't have money is the main reason people never take action in their life, because they are always having an excuse why they don't have money. The next thing is, I don't have the time. Well, it's time maybe to find people that in your business to teach them the skills so that you can get more time, so that you learn how to delegate. I can do it on my own. Well, if you can do it on your own, why haven't you done it of yet? Because you don't have a coach, you don't have someone, a mentor to keep you accountable. You always have an excuse why you're not taking action or not getting results. What are you going to get? Well, you're going to get the Facebook group, Telegram group, lifetime access, business strategies, marketing strategies, team strategies. You will get, if you take action tonight, a one-to-minute, one-to-one session with me. You're going to get all of the personal growth, mental, personal, create, the job, interview with experts. You will get access to a weekly webinar on a Wednesday night. After this call, almost, we're going to start the next one. You're going to get how to create an online business that I've just added. Total value 270,458. But as we know it, only because this is the launch and you are trusting me and you're investing me, you're going to start coming with me on this journey. Now, only for those people who are willing to take the launch. Now, if you have any questions, now's the time to ask. I see someone, is there a payment plan? Payment plan, Setlepo. The best thing is to send me an email. There is no payment plan at the moment, but if you send out why you would want a payment plan and what you would commit, we will take it from there. Email address in the box, coaching@quiversbusiness.com, and send me a message, Setlepo, and what you, why you want a payment plan, and we take it from there. And I will have my team for phone up on you. Any other people on this call tonight that has questions as we come into x.fastfunnels.com and go and take a booking tonight and take action. If you don't take action, you're never going to be where you want to be. You're always going to have an excuse. Now, I hope you all, and I believe you all, learned a lot tonight. Sometimes a webinar like this is not enough time for people to share everything that I have on here. I want everyone to be successful. My life is about getting people to be successful. So I just want to see, I see there's a lot of you still on the call. Is there any questions that anyone would love to ask? I'm interested. Kobus, you are talking to me. Awesome. Someone says, yes, indeed. Yes, many thanks. I learned a lot. We'll join again in other meetings. Thanks. Very informative. Very informative. I've learned a lot. Thank you. Most definitely. Brilliant. Time well spent. I've learned a lot. I would like to go through this again. Can you keep on doing more webinars? Yes, definitely. So everyone is learning a lot. I just want to say thank you everyone for taking the time and effort and energy, and I'm looking forward for you to taking action. And you will have get a follow-up email. You will get a follow-up phone call to find out if you are ready to take action. We'll email you. Yes, once you've emailed, someone will follow up with you and call you. Anyone else that has a question that they would love to ask about tonight? Thank you, Kobus. Very, very empowering. Thank you. I think it's Tiani for sending that. And that is the one thing that is important. It needs to be empowering. Go, and if you just start with LinkedIn tonight and go learn about LinkedIn, go and do that. You will find an email with those gifts that I showed to you. I'm going to see who's everyone that has been on this call tonight, so that I make sure that you get an email out after this call with the gifts that you need to download. Anything else? Okay, thank you everyone. I think I'm going to give it a call a night. It's 8:30. It's an hour and a half later. Sometimes I want to, an hour is not enough to share all of the info. So thank you for those who spent a little bit extra time with me tonight. Thank you. It was great. I learned a lot as well. Awesome. Thank you, Beverly and Bear. Awesome. Thank you for posting. Okay. Thank you, Kobus. That was great. Thank you, Kobus. Very enlightening. Well, thank you. Brilliant. You will not find an amount of valuable content anywhere else. Thank you, Eva. Yes, definitely. I agree with you. And that's what I want to do. I want to teach people. Only the people that are jumping on this at the moment is going to be the first ones to be able to be part of it. You're part of what they called that public offering, your PCO, company shares. You're buying into the future of yourself, but also not that in this program, because you're going to be my family and team. Now, I already have 35 people on this course already that bought since June this year. So you can just going to grow with that family. The moment I'm going to get to 100 people, I'm going to stop selling it what I'm selling it now, and I'm going to split the different courses up modules so that it's a standalone course in the end of the day for people to buy into. Thank you, Kobus. That was awesome and great. Thank you very much. Okay, everyone, I'm going to stop tonight. I see there's a lot of you still on the call that hasn't gone yet, but that's okay. that people don't want to go home. I'm currently in Cape Town, and I'm preparing for a training on Saturday. And when I was here last weekend, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's a whole day training. The two ladies stand up and say, "Squivers, please, can't you not share anything else? We don't want to go home." But the morning when we started, they like, "We don't want to be here on a Saturday, and it's cold, it's raining. We want to go home." And then at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Quivers, they were begging me to say, "Quivers, please stay on and share." I love that. Okay, everyone, have a beautiful night. Thank you for being here, and I see you on the next one.